Good morning. So today the topic is about Fraunhofer diffraction pattern with the n number of slits, or we can say that Fraunhofer diffraction with the due to the diffraction grating. So just check the syllabus. We have completed what is the diffraction and Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction, and especially we are dealing with the Fraunhofer diffraction under various cases like the diffraction, the Fraunhofer diffraction with the single slit and with the circular aperture we completed. Then also we completed Fraunhofer diffraction due to the double slit. Okay, all those we are completed, right? So now the Fraunhofer diffraction with the n number of slits or the diffraction grating. Okay, so look at the diagram. So in the diagram we can clearly observe that a wavefront is going to be appear, that is W and W dash. Okay, this is the wavefront and this is the diffraction grating with the n number of slits. Let AB be the diffraction grating with the n number of slits. So according to the Huygens theory, what we can say? According to the Huygens theory, the wavefronts forms the primary wavelets and the secondary wavelets. Okay. So what is meant by diffraction grating means? So it consists of a large number of slits of the same width and separated by a distance separated by equal opaque spaces is known as the diffraction grating, right? So these diffraction grating we are using to form a Fraunhofer diffraction, right? So in generally the gratings are constructed with the equal parallel lines with the transparent material, such as it may be made up of a glass with a fine diamond points. So the space between any two lines is transparent to the light. Okay, this part is transparent to the light, the between part is transparent to the light, and other lines acts as the rule lines, which are rule lines acts as the opaque to the light, obstruct to the light. Okay, now so in this diagram we are using the wavefront, okay, which forms the primary and secondary wavelets and also the diffraction grating. So the wavelets which are moving with the direction of the light will be going to be formed at P dash, that is known as the secondary wavelets. Okay, so the secondary wavelets formed at the point of P naught and acts as also central maxima. P naught is the central maximum point. So now all the light, okay, the light which making the diffraction with an angle theta, certain angle theta, will be going to be form all the diffraction pattern at the point, certain point, let it be P1, right? Now we know that this is the constructive part or the diagrammatical part. Then after constructing diagram and explanation about the diagram, now we need to calculate the intensity first of all. So the resultant amplitude, you know that the resultant amplitude R is equal to, for all the wavelets, okay, for each single slit it has R equal to A sin alpha by sin alpha, where A is amplitude and alpha value is nothing but alpha equal to pi by lambda sin theta, right? So we are using n number of slits here. In a diffraction grating we are n numbers. Then the path difference will be, what is the path difference? Let it be the distance between the slits. I said already E plus D in the double slit also. For this also same thing. E is the width, okay, D is the distance between the slits. So finally we get the path difference between the two consecutive slits is E plus D sin theta. So then the phase difference will be 2 pi by lambda into E plus D sin theta is equal to 2 beta, right? So now for the n number of SHM we are calculating the resultant amplitude value. Then R is equal to A sin n d by 2 divided by A sin d by 2. So in this case the value small a is equal to A sin alpha by alpha, and A is equal to 2 beta, right? Then substitute all these values, like small a is equal to A sin alpha by alpha, and D is equal to 2 beta, right? D is equal to 2 beta in equation 2. What will get? R is equal to A sin alpha by alpha into sin n beta by, where d by 2 is equal to beta. So sin n beta by sin beta. So we know that we have the relationship between the intensity and the resultant amplitude is I is equal to r square. Now squaring on the both sides, we get I equal to r square, that is a sin alpha by alpha whole square into sin n beta by sin beta whole square, right? So now square to the internal terms, that is a square sin alpha by alpha square and sin square n beta by sin square beta. Now we know that a is equal to I naught by I, that is a square equal to I naught by I, right? So finally we get the intensity I equal to I naught sin alpha by alpha whole square into sin square n beta by sin beta. So this is the intensity of the light due to the Fraunhofer diffraction due to the diffraction grating.